For millions of years, the Earth has maintained its own equilibrium. The oceans, forests, and atmosphere work together as one enormous regulatory system. Carbon flowed in and out through predictable channels. Heat was absorbed, released, and balanced through the movement of water, wind, and life. That system has now started to fail. The oceans are warming faster than at any point in recorded history. The layers that once mixed and circulated carbon are separating. Surface waters are hot, stagnant, and oxygen-poor. The deep currents that once pulled carbon into the abyss are slowing, trapped beneath layers of heat that no longer move. The planet's largest carbon sink is losing its ability to breathe. On land, the forests are showing the same pattern. They once acted as a vast filter, drawing in billions of tons of carbon each year and releasing oxygen in return. Now many are emitting more than they store. Droughts last longer, fires burn hotter, and disease spreads through weakened ecosystems. The Amazon, long known as a stabilizer of the atmosphere, is shifting toward a net source of carbon. The same signal is emerging in Siberia, Africa, and parts of North America. The atmosphere itself confirms what the sensors record. In 2024, nearly 45% of all human-released carbon remains suspended in the air. That figure is the highest fraction ever measured. The air is no longer part of a stable exchange. It is a growing reservoir. The feedback loop has changed direction. For centuries, the Earth corrected our output through natural absorption. Every molecule emitted by volcanoes or fires was eventually offset by biological and oceanic uptake. The system held steady. Now that correction has reversed. Warming reduces the planet's ability to absorb. The less it absorbs, the faster it warms. Each part amplifies the other. It is the definition of positive feedback, and it has begun operating on a planetary scale. This is not a sudden disaster. It is a slow, mechanical breakdown. Each year adds a small imbalance. Each degree of warming reduces the planet's capacity to correct itself. The process looks stable from one season to the next, but viewed over decades, the direction is clear. The system is no longer adjusting. It is accelerating. The signals appear everywhere. In the Southern Ocean, carbon absorption has weakened as water masses stratify. In the North Atlantic, salinity and heat changes are disrupting circulation that has persisted since the last ice age. Across the tropics, extreme heat limits plant uptake and dries the soils that once trapped carbon deep underground. Even in the far north, thawing permafrost now releases ancient methane and carbon dioxide, gases that had been locked away for tens of thousands of years. The feedback is not limited to temperature. It alters everything that depends on equilibrium. Ocean chemistry shifts as acidity rises. Weather extremes intensify as trapped energy seeks release. Jet streams, currents, and rainfall patterns reorganize themselves around a new thermal balance that no longer includes stability. Natural processes continue to operate. Volcanoes erupt, wildfires burn, and decay follows life. But these once neutral cycles are now embedded within an unbalanced system. The carbon they release is no longer reabsorbed at the same rate. Each pulse lingers a little longer. Each wave of heat persists a little further into the next season. The planet's machinery is still running, but its internal logic has changed. Where there was correction, there is now reinforcement. The system has crossed from regulation to amplification. We are watching a biosphere rewrite its own operating conditions in real time. The numbers tell the same story. Atmospheric carbon has reached levels not seen in over 3 million years. The global temperature is rising faster than at any point since the end of the last glacial period. Sink efficiency, the ability of land and sea to absorb emissions, has fallen by nearly 20% since 1960. These are not forecasts or models. They are direct measurements. If the trend continues, the planet will not need additional forcing to keep warming. The feedback alone will sustain it. It is the physical equivalent of a runaway loop, a system that has switched from balance to escalation. The signs are visible even without data. The oceans darken and lose oxygen. Forests burn through their own reserves. The soil exhales more carbon than it stores. The air thickens and holds more heat than it can release. These are the real-world outcomes of feedback reversal. The correction phase is over. The amplification has begun. Every ton of carbon released now stays extra in the air. Every degree of heat makes the next harder to absorb. The planet is no longer responding to the surface, it is responding to itself. The Earth's system is in motion, and the motion is now feeding forward.